Hello.
Hello.
Hi. How are you all?
We got lots of people on. Hi, Amanda. Nice to have you back in Australia after gallivanting all over New Zealand.
Yes, very jealous of those photos.
Yeah, they're lovely.
Adventures.
With all our friends, we've been all over the world.
Hi, Mon. Welcome. Vanessa's back. Hi, Vanessa. Thanks for coming back.
I met up with Ray on Friday, Vanessa, and she raved about you. So, yes, just so you know, heard a lot of good things about you.
Well, as you can see, we have our special guest on tonight. He put a meditation. He sent us a meditation, or he put it up on Facebook. And I said to him, I can't read and meditate at the same time. I'm very, very slow. I can only do one thing at a time. And I said to him first, can I record this? And he said, yes. And then I thought, nah, bugger it. I asked Nate if he would record it. So he has recorded it. And that's what our meditation is going to be tonight. So there you go. Oh, Esther wants to know how the house auction went for Donna. I think. Yeah. Hi, Fee. Because we said, I remember that she wanted to know, one of the readings was, would she get the money that she wanted for her house? And we all thought that she would get more than she expected. So it would be nice to get some.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I just read the message.
There you go. We knew it.
Yes, we told you that. Isn't that wonderful?
Go the rods. Go the rods.
While we're talking about the rods, and I'm not sure if he's on tonight or not, but can I just do a little special shout out to Les for coming on last week? I think he did an awesome job. And you know, I laughed so much, and I didn't mean to. I had Nate beside me with his giant pillow of energy, and I had nowhere to go. But he did an amazing job last week. Yeah. And last week I was going to talk about divination. He knew I lost it, and he totally took over. So, love you, Les. Thank you so much. He did an awesome job.
Now, Ray asked for a price on the divination rods. And Les said that he would get back to me this week sometime, because last week I think he was really, really busy, and he's still trying to work out costings on it. So as soon as I get a price on them, we'll get it up for you.
Yeah.
Let you know.
Hi, Izza. How are you? Hi, Anne.
Anne can't hear us. Let's put that up.
Oh, that's not good. Maybe
because Fiona's saying you've got to go out and go back and come back on again.
In. Yeah. It's exactly what I was going to say, and then I realised you can't hear me.
Yeah, that's why I put that up there. I'm on this.
Yeah.
That's good. At least one of us is on the ball tonight, Annie.
I'm on it. I got this.
Probably Nathan as well.
I'm better than last time. Say that. We got a few right last week. Esther's also saying that the rods are really interesting, aren't they? Because honestly, if you're watching them, and we did that one about, say, where are the angels in the room, and they just swung like they were they're just really, I don't use them enough, I don't think. But there you go. Esther, I did say that, but we did say that there was a job coming for him. So
yes, yeah. So hang in there, because the right door is going to open. So as long as he keeps that good attitude.
Yeah. Because you'll get to hear my dulcet tones tonight.
Well, is everyone ready? Will we link energies through this beautiful meditation? We've asked Nate if he'll flick it to full screen tonight, because Annie and I would really love to do this meditation as well. Nate, you can do your own meditation, but you don't need to see us sitting with our eyes closed.
All good.
So
Well,
we'll hand over to you. You can take control and take us on the next.
Oh, look, there's Dad jumping in.
There we go, Costi. With pouch. Yep, there you go. Thanks, Les. That's awesome. I can tell you guys that is a bargain. I paid a lot more than that for mine.
And I think I'm not sure if he's offering different sizes, but we'll see.
Yeah.
You can put it out. Yeah. All right. Who's ready to meet some archangels?
Yes, please.
So this meditation, it came to me during the meditation, and then I wrote it all out and posted it, and then Annie said, record it. So let's go on a journey together, and I will take you come with me. Come meet my friends, your friends. I'm going to stop talking. All right. Sorry, I'm about to do this. All around you. Oh no! You sense the presence of the 7 archangels standing before you, waiting to meet you. Oops! What's going on? Sorry, let's go back. Hang on, I think I muted myself. Let me start again. I won't mute myself. There we go. All right. Sorry, I won't laugh. I didn't tick a box. There we go.
Close your eyes and take a deep breath in through your nose, filling your lungs with fresh air.
Okay.
Hold your breath for a few seconds and release it slowly through the mouth. As you exhale, visualize yourself standing in front of a beautiful and majestic castle. The castle radiates with a brilliant white light that glows all around you. You sense the presence of the 7 archangels standing before you, waiting to meet you. The first archangel who steps forward is Ariel. She is known for her connection to the earth and all living things. Ariel gives you a small green crystal, which symbolizes your connection to nature and your ability to cultivate a deeper sense of groundedness in your life. Feel your heartbeat in time with the green crystal, the heartbeat of the earth. Param, param. You are connected with the earth. The second archangel who appears before you is Azrael. Azrael is known for his compassion and his ability to guide us through the transitions in life. He gives you a small white feather, which symbolizes the gentle guidance and support that he provides during times of change. Are you open to receiving messages from your spiritual helpers? Make a silent commitment to yourself to stay alert and look out for signs over the next few days. The angels are there to communicate with you. Next, the third archangel who approaches you is Chamuel. Chamuel is known for his ability to help us find inner peace and love. He gives you a pink rose, which represents the love that surrounds you and the inner peace that can be found within you, even when it's lost. Imagine the pink rose growing bigger and bigger. Now imagine it integrating into your heart. Feel the pink rose fill you up with inner peace, with calm, with a trust that everything is as it should be. When you are filled with inner peace, move on. The fourth archangel to appear is Gabriel. Gabriel is known for his communication and guidance. He hands you a golden scroll which represents the messages and guidance that he has for you. Take a moment to unroll the scroll and read the messages that are meant just for you. Sit with the message for a while until you are ready to continue. There is no time limit on this, and the messages may come through after the meditation. The fifth archangel to approach you is Jophiel. Jophiel is known for his creativity and beauty. He gives you a beautiful crystal prism that reflects the light around you in a beautiful rainbow of colors. This prism represents your own creativity and your ability to see the beauty in all things. What aspect of your life may need a radical change in perspective? What aspect of your life may need renewed creativity? Let Jophiel help you create a new vision for this part of your life. The sixth archangel to step forward is Michael, or Michael. Michael is known for his protection and strength. He gives you a small blue shield, which represents your own ability to protect yourself from negative energies and to stand strong in the face of adversity. Gratefully take the shield and sit with it and feel its protection for a moment. Know that when you need, you can draw on this shield to protect you in your day-to-day activities just by thinking of it. Thank Archangel Michael when you're ready. He gives you a big smile. The final archangel to appear is Raphael. Raphael is known for his healing powers. He places his hands on your shoulders and you feel a warm, comforting energy flow through you. His gift is a small vial of healing oil, which you can use to heal yourself and others in times of need. Put the vial of healing oil in your spiritual pocket and know it is there for you when you need it. Like the shield, like the green crystal, like the white feather, like the crystal prism, like the scroll. This gift is there for you when you need it. To use these gifts, all you need to do is close your eyes, think of the archangels, and thank them for their help. As you stand before the 7 archangels, feel their energy and their love surrounding you. Feel their wings spread. Feel their wings protect you. Feel the love of source energy emanating through you from the wings of the angels that support you and stand with us now. Breathe it in and feel it. This love will fill you with a deep sense of purpose and clarity. Take a deep breath in and slowly release it, knowing that you can call on these archangels whenever you need their guidance and support. Just speak out loud and they will hear you. Now, when you're ready, slowly open your eyes and take a moment to ground yourself in the present moment. Know that the energy and the love of the archangels will always be with you, guiding you on your path. Spread pockets of random light in the world, Earth Angels. Thank you.
I didn't want to come back.
I didn't know it come back either.
I've been there a few times, and even I was like, "No, this is nice."
Nathaniel. Param. Just saying. Isn't that Kylie?
Yes, that is Kylie's new song.
Param? Yes, that is her new song. I wondered who thought of that first. Did Nate channel that to Kylie? Or did he
actually,
just nick it?
It came out while I was doing it. I just did it. But I was like, Kylie's song.
For those of you who don't know, Nate just loves Kylie Minogue. I call her Kylie Minogue. And her new song is Param. And when he said Param, I just thought, oh, for goodness sake. Now I've got an angel with Kylie's face on it. That's not right.
And just there is another version of that coming with 10 archangels. So that will be coming in the next few weeks. But and that it's a little bit extended, but yeah. I'm obsessed with angels and I'm obsessed with Kylie, and I think there's a good combination because that meditation, just listening to it back, it was
That was really lovely.
It was beautiful.
It was really, really beautiful. Yeah, they've got you obsessed, and Esther's laughing at you. I just did laugh, Esther. I
didn't think anyone would notice that I just stuck her in there.
What, do you think we're all blind and deaf?
It's only just come out a couple of days ago. Yeah,
That's
but the whole thing about that is those gifts. If you are having a bad day, or even if you're not having a bad day, if you're having a good day, just close your eyes and just think back to that moment. And those gifts, you can draw on them. Think of them like the healing vial. If you need some energy, or you need something for healing for somebody that's near you, you can pull it out of your spiritual pocket and use it. So yeah, all of those things, they're always there for you. And to talk to the angels, just ask out loud.
Mm-hmm. Just beautiful. Thank you so much, Nate, for sharing that with everyone
thank you
tonight.
for recording it.
Thank you for asking me, Annie, because I wasn't going to, but then
we certainly when Annie asked you to record it, we said we'd love to include it on the live stream, and you said for which one? And I said Sunday, and laughed. Get your act together. This one.
Yes, we're not exactly subtle. We're kind of pushy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yep, here you go. I can't remember. Like the first time you were going to come on here, it was a little while ago, and it was, oh, I'm so nervous. Oh, do we have to practice? Oh, blah 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 blah. And we said, nah, just come on. We don't practice. We just come on. And now look at you. You're a pro. Awesome. And you're doing your own ones. Awesome.
Yeah. And you've even got over the fact that we actually don't sit down and plan anything. We just have a topic and we go, no, we just trust spirit, you know.
Yeah.
They're going to come through and tell us what we need to share. It's all good.
I like it. It's going with the flow. Yeah.
Now he invites himself on. Esther says, yeah, he does. Yes, he does. I'm coming on Sunday. Awesome.
Kerrie House, something's not working for you. I'm not sure what it is, whether the sound keeps going in and out for you. Not sure if that's just a problem with Facebook at the moment, because we love to have you in chat here. The alternative is it is also streaming on our YouTube channels. So either Annie Celtic Tarot, Annie O Celtic Tarot, or Harmony for Tranquility on YouTube. That may work better for you tonight for some reason. I'm not sure what's going on tonight.
Fiona Butler's is dropping in and out as well. There's a lot of wind out there tonight, so it could just be like interference from something.
Yeah. So,
anyway.
But that might be an alternative. I'm not sure if it'll help or not, but it's an option. Okay. Well, that was absolutely lovely.
It was indeed.
I'm still in that space, and I'm sure I'm going to be up all night writing now. Thanks, Nate.
I'll wake you up in the morning, knocking on your door.
Yeah, Gabrielle had a lot to say, so that's okay.
Okie dokie. Well, scrying. Scrying it means to make out dimly or to reveal, or it's like peeping is what scrying is. And the most famous scryer was Nostradamus. Mm-hmm. And it's been around. Scrying was first kind of came to light in the 5th century. And as with everything, the church said it was the work of the devil, because anything that isn't the work of them is apparently the work of the devil. So when Nostradamus wrote his prophecies, he wrote them in 4-line poems, quatrains they're called. So he wrote them into these wee 4-line poems. And some of them are a bit obscure, but a lot of his prophecies, when you undo them, and with everything, a lot of that is about your perception and your interpretation of them. But they reckon that he predicted the death of President Kennedy, that he predicted 9/11. There's all sorts of stuff. And if you go in on the internet, you can find his prophecies and all the things that he has actually prophesied and all the things that he has, people are reckoning that this has come true and this has come true. And there's still more to come. There's still lots more that are coming. And how he did it was he used to sit with a bowl of water and he used to spend hours looking into this bowl of water. And that was how he did his scrying. And that's one way to do it. But there are lots and lots of ways of scrying. And the thing about this one is It's like everything else, you know, it's very like tea leaf reading because you're seeing pictures and images, and then you have to interpret the pictures and the images. So if you're good at picking up pictures in tea leaves or pictures in the clouds, because that's another way of scrying, you'll be good at this. And the most common way is you'll see all these gypsies with big crystal balls that they use to look into your future. But my advice would be don't start looking at somebody else's. But if you're going to do this, look at yourself. Do that first. And that's where I think you're going to pick up more stuff. So, and the other really, really important bit is trust, like everything else. Esther's dad used a bowl of water and put a paper in it, and writing would appear. Yeah. The other thing you can put into the water is a crystal. So any kind of crystal, you can put that into the water because that gives you like that distortion, and that's what you're looking for. Obsidian flat plates, yes.
Yeah.
So with your crystals, this is a crystal ball. It's actually glass. There's nothing in it. You can see straight through it. What you can see through the other side of it is my hand or my angel wings. Very beautiful, useless. Absolutely useless. You're not going to see anything in a clear crystal ball, except probably yourself or whatever it is. Like I've got the screen now. See the screen on it? That's all you're going to see in a clear crystal ball. So they look great, but they're useless. Not any good whatsoever at all. This one, can you see the difference? Now this one, there's a flash of red in this crystal ball, and it looks like it's got lots of swishy bits, and it, you know, it's got a couple of chips in it. But that's the stuff that makes the pictures. So that's what you're looking for, because as you look at it and turn it, you can see all different. I've got a cat in there at the moment. I've got a love heart in there as well. You can see all different things in it. So that's the way to actually, or that's the kind of crystal ball that you need. Now, with any of this stuff, I've at the moment, I've got this lady, glorious 86-year-old woman called Elizabeth, who's one-on-one mentoring me. And she said something to me the other day. She said, tell your guys what you want. And I went, what? And she said, they are not the boss of you. You are the boss of them. And she said, so tell them what you want. And I said to her, well, I do that by setting my intention. And I've talked about that before. It's like, if I'm going to do a reading, that's the very first thing I say. It is my intention to give this person the reading that they need to hear. I ask my guides to send me the words that they need to hear. And she said, well, that's exactly it. You're telling them what you want them to do. Because if you just sit down and start saying, you know, oh, here's my cards. I said, well, what's she doing? Is she playing Snap? What's she doing with them? You know, like, so tell them what you want. You know, just tell them what they need to do. So set your intention. Tell them what you want. Tell them, I'm expecting you to be on my right shoulder. And I mean, Elizabeth and I, we're both really dreadful. I talk to them because they're beside me. Like I have conversations with them in my car. It's like, hey guys, one of the things that she said to me, and I just love this. And if I've got any Catholic people on here and I'm going to offend you, I'm really sorry. But she was a pastor, and she said when she's out in the car and she's going to the shops, what she says is, Hail Mary, full of grace, please find me a parking space. And a parking space just... She said, I'm just telling the guys what I want. So, you know, and what happens? A parking space appears. So tell them what you're doing and tell them what you're expecting of them, because then they know what you want to do. My next suggestion is that a meditation. Get yourself, you've got to have a clear head to do any of this kind of stuff. So get yourself into that space where your head's clear, your vibration is up, and things will come to you much, much easier. The other thing about this is don't try too hard. It's all about relax your eyes. If when you think about when you were a kid, you could lie on the grass and look at the clouds and all these pictures would just appear.
Yeah.
And you never even thought about it. So like in Queensland, you can lie on the grass and wait for 2 years for the clouds to appear because on sunny days we don't have any. But it's easy. And we make things really difficult, So don't stress about this. And if you wear glasses, take them off. Because, take them off. Because when I used to have my glasses, blind as a bat I was, I could take my glasses off and everything would go out of focus.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when you're looking for auras and things, what you want to be is a tiny bit out of focus. So now I have to squint my eyes because my eyes I got 20/20 vision now. They gave me contact lenses in my eyes. So it's about being a wee tiny bit out of focus. And you're kind of looking through it. Yeah. Am I making sense?
Yeah. And for those that don't need to wear glasses, good way to describe it is, that daydream-like state that you go into where you're looking at something, but you're sort of looking past it. That's sort of the vision that you want to use for this. Yeah. And it's the same with seeing auras as well. That's exactly the same thing you're doing there.
Yeah. So what you're trying to do is kind of look through it. Now, one of the really interesting things about doing this is, and I actually have done this. If I look into this, I can see faces, and it's like face, 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 face. And my Elizabeth made me do an exercise with her where the exact same thing happened. Face, 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 face. And she said to me, that's all of the people that you have been in a previous incarnation. And it was really weird, really weird. Like I've been Asian, I've been predominantly male. It's not that long, many incarnations back that I became female. Sometimes I was not a very nice male. I was a nasty person. And it flashes. And it's like, how they say when you drown, your life goes past your eyes. It's like movies, but mini. Bang, 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 bang. Weird. Just weird. But so when you're doing it, just don't filter. Again, same stuff. Just trust that what you're seeing. And it might take you, like if you see all these things, because it moves fairly quickly, the minute you've finished, my suggestion would be write down what you saw, heard, or felt. Yeah.
Annie, can you see the message, the question there from Kerrie House?
Yeah. If you can do that, that's fine, because every single modality that we use is a tool. The cards are a tool. The rods are a tool. The crystals are a tool. Everything, the tea leaves are a tool. So however it is that, or whatever works for you, if that tool works for you, just do it. It's just for people that are new to this, or haven't had any experience in this, they're really not going to see much in that. They're only going to see like a reflection of whatever it is that it's sitting on. And it's much harder to do with a clear crystal ball. But if a clear crystal, and the other thing about that, Kerrie, is there's nothing bad. However you choose to work is fine. Right. And that's that.
I think people learning though, Annie, and I think that's more to the point. When you're first trying this and you're first doing it, it's much easier with something that has a distortion in it, to allow that visionary to come through. But at the same time, even if you're looking at it, you may hear something, you may feel something, you may
Mm.
smell something. So remember, use all of those senses, right? Because all of it coming together is like putting the puzzle pieces together, most definitely. Marissa, it's okay that you're late. We're just really glad that you're here. You missed an amazing meditation done by the incredible Nate. So you might want to go back to the beginning and do that afterwards tonight, because you'll really love it. But yeah, but that's fine. Sorry, Annie, back to
That's
you.
okay. There's lots of different ways to do this.
Yeah.
If you're really, really new to this, the easiest way to scry from me, but is with crystals. So this one, that's carnelian, and I can see all sorts of
Mhm.
things and pictures and shapes and faces in that. Labradorite, fluorite, rainbow fluorite.
Mhm.
They are really like rainbow fluorite. As you move it, I've got a big chunk of that. I can just disappear into that, and it,
Mhm.
because of the way the colors are in it, and it picks up rainbows. Things in that change all the time. So
Mhm.
it's a really, really good way. And palm stones, the wee baby palm stones, and like
Mhm.
if you're sitting on Esther's saying the crystal can give you something to focus on. Yeah. But if you're
Correct.
sitting on the
Yeah.
train or you're going to work or whatever and you're on the bus, if you're just looking, you'll see all sorts of different things in these stones. And
Mhm.
as long as the stones have got color and like this one's got all sorts of shapes in it and everything, that helps. So that's a really, really good way to practice. And again, if you're seeing things, write it down. So
Mm.
in terms of writing things down, and I've spoke about this as well, different symbols mean different things to different people. So if you see, a lot of people say that if they see a rose or a flower, and a lot of mediums use this, your mother is bringing you roses, and a lot of them use that to say this is your mom bringing you love, and she's giving you flowers or whatever. So for you, your point of reference is, what does a horse mean for me? What does a mountain mean for me? What does this mean for me? Because even although you're getting the messages, you got to tell your guys, like how to interpret,
Mhm.
what this is. I do it with, I've said this before as well. Like I give my tarot cards jobs. I know that when I see this card, this is my work card. This is my medical card. I don't, I know what the cards mean, but for me, they've got their own jobs. All of my major arcana have got their own job. So when I see that, I know exactly what I'm talking about. Oh,
Mhm.
look, the work's come up. Bang. And then
Mhm.
that just on flows. Yeah, see, Esther's saying flowers
Yeah.
are a celebration. So
Yeah.
your terms of reference are what's important in this,
Mhm.
because I might see a black cat and I think black cats are lucky, and somebody else thinks black cats are unlucky, so
Mhm.
it's not just about the picture. For me, it's always about the story,
Mhm.
even with the tarot cards, it's always about the story. It's not just this is one card. All the story has to flow with it, and if you don't think and just talk, it will just keep flowing.
And
Yeah.
Thank you.
Marissa, I was just going to say, Marissa, you see insects, so that's really important too to work out what's your interpretation of an insect. So you might see a bee, but your interpretation of a bee is different to somebody else's interpretation of a bee. Someone might see a bee as something that stings you. Some person might see a bee as something that pollinates flowers. So the meaning is really different. So so the messages that you see are really how you interpret it. So it's not just about seeing the insect. It's about
Yeah.
what does the insect and what does that particular insect mean to you? And if you don't know the meaning, like Annie was saying, ask and just let it come through, but don't overthink it.
Mhm. And that's a really interesting one, Nate, when you speak about bees, right? Bees' wings are not really big enough for the size of their bodies to lift them off the ground, but nobody's told the bee that, so they fly, right? So for me, right, the bee represents, shh, don't tell someone, like just do it, right? Sometimes you just need to stay silent, not share too much, because other people's input's not going to be helpful, because it may not be possible for them, but it's going to be possible for you. So that's where your interpretations can really be so different, you know, in what you get. But in writing them down, you learn, and your guides learn how to work with you, right?
Yeah.
So it's a two-way street. Yeah.
Yeah. For me, bees are busy.
Like Esther just said.
Yeah, busy bees. That's where I'm at. Busy bees. You know. So it's true. Now the other thing I've got here, is I've got cards that have only got one word on them. Oops. And there's all different words in here. Now, this one, prudence. So if I'm doing a reading for somebody and this card drops, I wouldn't assume what that word means, because sometimes I'll put that card down and I'll say, what does that mean for you? And they've always got an answer because they picked it, you know, so their interpretation of it. So it's not like I know everything, you know. So if I was getting an insect or a bee or flowers, I would say to somebody, oh, I'm getting flowers. What does that mean for you? I'm getting bees. What does that mean for you? You know, their grandfather might have been a beekeeper. So that's granddad's way. Get grandfather butterfly, mother willy wagtail. Yeah. So that's exactly how this is. You guys are on this. Why am I talking? You know what you're doing. It's awesome.
You know what? And I'm absolutely loving watching everyone sharing in chat. What a great community, sharing with each other and chatting back and forth as well. It's just awesome to see it.
Yeah,
you guys are great. You guys are fantastic.
Dream interpretations. Years ago, I bought a dream interpretation book and I hated it. I was like, what is this? This doesn't mean that, or this doesn't mean that. But like what Esther's saying there is the dream, or what you dream about is you have to use yourself as the reference point and what that means for you. You can't look at book up and go, what does this mean? And look at a literal interpretation. It might give you maybe a theme, but like it really is you are the reference point for the meanings that are coming to you.
Yeah. So scrying actually is an interesting thing because, look, one of my all-time favorite things to do is to sit and look at an open fire.
Yeah, that's on my list.
You know, like the bonfires. Were you going to touch on that, Annie? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'll leave it there. I'll stop jumping in. I'll be quiet. It's your topic.
That's okay. That's okay. Mirrors. Mirrors are okay. A lot of people don't particularly like looking at themselves in a mirror, but you're not looking at yourself. You're looking through your eyes. Does that make sense? So when you're looking at the mirror, it's like you're not looking at your face. Your face can just disappear. You're looking through your eyes. And somebody said, I think it was Esther, uses black obsidian. It's really easy to make your own black mirror. All you need is a photograph frame, and then you just spray it with acrylic paint, shiny acrylic paint. And it's good if it's like the same size as your head, so that you can sit in front of it and then be in the dark with candles, because the flickering lights on the black, that also will change. It changes the pictures that you'll see. And again, because there's so many different ways of doing this is about practice, and keep trying different things. Like I've got all this in the book that I'm going to send out to you. So have a go at lots of them. Kerrie said fire and Marianne said candles. There's something absolutely hypnotic about looking into a fire. And you'll see pictures in there as well. You'll see all sorts of things in there, you know. But like, it's hard now to have fires unless we're in Queensland. We're not allowed coal fires or wood fires. You're only allowed these burner things. But that works too. And if you put a light out, it's even better. One of my greatest memories is my gran had a room and a kitchen. There was only 2 rooms in the house, and the bed was in a recess, like in the corner. And when I was a wee girl, I used to go and stay at my grandma's. So you would lie in bed, and the fire would be on over there, and you could not only watch the flames, but you could also watch the patterns of the flames on the ceiling and see all the pictures in that as well. So I've been doing this since I was 6, when you think about it. So candles and fire, water in a bowl with a crystal or without a crystal. Sorry, guys. Esther said the paper and writing would appear, but Esther's dad was a medium, so that might not work for you. But again, have a go. Have a go with the water in a bowl and have a go with the crystal. And if you're not seeing anything in the plain water, ripple it and see what the ripples do. But it's all of it is just about practice, 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 and don't try. And that's the biggest, don't try.
So, Annie, for anyone who's not yet on our mailing list or would like to join our mailing list to receive those workbooks, we are happy to send those out. All that we ask is that they're for your personal use. They're not for you to use and then use as a tool to go and teach others or run your own workshop. So we're happy to provide those. We don't charge a price for those, but please just use them for your own personal use. Annie, can you just say your email address? So I just want to make sure I've written it in properly.
It's celtic.tarot3@gmail.com. Oh, I like that, Esther. Get your client to put their hands into a bowl of water and then take them out, and then you put your hands in and tune into the energy, raising it at different levels.
That's interesting.
Yeah, to be able to, like, you're well down this path, and that's why for people who are new or haven't done it before, I would suggest practice, like the easiest one I would feel would be the crystals or palm stones, that one, because that gets you into the habit of recognizing the pictures. There's always pictures in clouds. Always. The fire is probably easy as well, So I would say like baby steps. And once you get comfortable that you're actually seeing things and you're not imagining it, then you can move upwards and onwards. Is it scrying if you look into the black when you close your eyes? You really need to be looking at something, Gail, for it to be scrying.
When you're doing that, Gail, you're more going through you're looking purely through third eye when you're doing that. So it's still a way to see things and communicate. And it's a way to pick up your clairvoyance, so your clear sight, right? So that's just a slightly different way of working.
Now, up here a bit, I had it on. I don't know where it's gone. There was a lady that Chrissy says that she sees into other people's eyes and that people have called her a soul reader. Their eyes had so much in them. That's very, very true. They talk about the eyes being the windows of the soul. One of the exercises, and I know, Nate, you've done this, and Gail, who's on here, there's a few of you have done this, where you sit across from somebody and you look or stand and you look straight into their eyes. And a lot of people find that incredibly confrontational. That's one of the things that you've got to be pretty, and you're not, people think you're looking at them or into them. Does that make sense? But you're not. It's like what you're seeing back is mirroring who you are. Does that resonate, Nate, because you've done this?
It does, and I want to do a big shout out to Tracy, who's on, because when I did this exercise, I did not know Tracy from a bar of soap, but for some reason I made a beeline to Tracy, and she had her eyes shut, and she had to open her eyes, and I was the person standing opposite her. But it was incredible. It was looking, it was like looking into their soul, but it was also like somebody seeing me, if that makes sense. It was both. It was seeing somebody and seeing me, and it was all. And when that connection happened, it was very, very special. And there are a few others in here that I did that exercise with, but Tracy was the first, and we have that connection. So I just wanted to say, Tracy, that was amazing. But you're right, it was looking into them, but also feeling somebody actually looking at me.
One of the things I love about when African people greet each other, they say, "I see you." And I had an African student called Samuel Gogogoch, which is just a great name. And that was how he used to greet me. "I see you, Miss Annie." And I thought that's really lovely, because it was like, at that point, I was the only person there. He saw me. He recognized me, and it makes you feel special, Looking at someone's very emotional, Marissa. And I've got people that are in one of my classes that I don't think I could get them to do it. I don't think that they would feel comfortable to do that, because you need to be fairly secure in yourself and have done a lot of work on yourself, I think, to actually be able to face that, because it's not something that, you do see the real them, but you also see the real you. Whatever is happening in there, it's like mirroring. Eyes are the mirror of the soul as well. So if you're not secure in who you are, sometimes I've seen it fall to pieces, and people just can't face what's there, so it can be a bit difficult and a bit confrontational. So if I've got people in a class, I've got 2 people in one of my classes that I think would find it very, very difficult, and I would never make people do anything. Like Beck says, I've tried and I cried, so I stopped. That's really common. I've tried to do it and I just can't do it, So with all of this stuff, it's baby steps and gently. But have a go at the scrying and see how you go. And just keep trying all the different methods until you find one that actually works for you. And again, sometimes there's stuff that it'll just click with you, and you'll think, I can do this. And then there's stuff that you think, nah, this one's not for me. This just doesn't feel right for me, So, like, my husband and I have both done Reiki. We are both Reiki masters. He is incredible. I am just crap, He makes me dizzy when he Reikis me. And it didn't sit right with me. I just thought, whatever,
And he fluffs all auras really well. You do fluff auras.
But for me, it's a different way that I share my energy to him. He's all touchy-feely, whereas
you might find too, Annie, that like down the track in a few years' time, suddenly there's a situation where you use it, and that's the right situation for you. That's the other thing too. So you've got all these tools. You've got all these tools at your disposal, but you've got it in your toolkit. But you don't use it at the moment. But you will know when it's time to maybe bring it out. But you've also got what you do as well.
Yeah,
I have used it, Nate. I've used it on 3 separate occasions with 3 different people, because with my mum, sister, and brother, who have all passed in the last few years, I used to consciously do that distant healing stuff all the time, and with mum, I sat with mum, and it was that hands-on stuff, and I'm aware that I'm firing energy. I'm aware that I can't fix it, but I can make it easier or take the pain away or do whatever. So that sort of stuff I can do.
When it's the right time for you to use it. Whereas
it's not my modality of choice, but I know I can do it, but I would prefer to do something different,
Oh, next week, eh? That's kidding.
Yes. Yes.
I'm all over that one. I'm totally all over that one. So there you go, people. I hope that was useful and informative and that you'll play and practice.
Mm-hmm. And please, if you're playing with any of these, whether it be the divination rods or what we've been through with the clairs previously, or the tea leaf reading, because we've gone through quite a few topics. If you're playing with it, please share what's going on. Give us comments either under the video or share under the Harmony for Tranquility and Celtic Tarot chat group in Facebook, because we love to hear what's going on with you guys and how you're using and how you're developing with what we're teaching. That's awesome. Amanda's off to play with the crystals because she has a few. Yeah.
She's got thousands.
Yeah.
Are we going to do cards, people?
We're already at the hour. Someone said, look, we might be able to do a few. Tell us, do you really want us to draw cards for you tonight? Do you want to stay?
You know what the answer's going to be.
Okay. Can we have questions? And we'll try and get through a few of the questions.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I've been on the go forever today, so oh yes, please.
Oh,
Goodness sake.
that was a silly question, wasn't it? I already knew the answer.
Coming in.
I already know that. Guys, we will do our best. We may not be able to get to everyone tonight because I know everyone's just had a huge day, and we do try our best to answer everybody. But we'll see how we go. One card draws, people, says she. Right. That's the worst offender of multiple cards.
I'm going to do my feathers tonight. No, I'm not.
Yeah. Okay, so who's got Fiona?
I've just pulled a card for Fiona and it says courage.
Mm-hmm.
Around that, I would just say it feels like there's been a bit of a struggle there, but I've got 3 months, Fiona. I heard 3 months. So within the next 3 months, and be brave. Mm-hmm. Just be brave and go for it.
Okay.
Amanda.
Can I do Amanda?
Sure.
Oh, because I've already got a card. I pulled out Be the Real You, and it says, your greatest power comes from being who you truly are. Don't let anyone sway you from expressing your authentic self. And I think this has got a lot to do with you coming into your own power and actually trusting who you are and just shining the light that you are. And I feel like you're coming into that phase where you're just going to be able to do that all the time, and it's just confirming to you just to be your beautiful self.
Veronica, the card that's come out for you is Higher View. Now, what I'm hearing come through with this is that I can see you've been working with a whole lot of things and you're going, well, how does this really match? Your guides are encouraging you to actually, it's almost like looking down. They want you to put those puzzle pieces together because actually everything that you've been learning and everything you're doing is actually going to come together in a modality where you'll be working with multiple things at the same time. So they're saying just take a higher view on that, because I'm saying here comes the toolkit, but the toolkit is actually all laid out and you're playing it like a symphony. Okay, so that's what I'm giving you with this one.
Marianne, passion. Is there something you are passionate about? Do you need to find something to be passionate about? If you look at that card, it's all about dancing and it's all about movement and it's all about joy. So I think maybe the time has come for you to find your passion and then just go for it. Who's got Esther?
I do, but Esther's also got a question in the chat, which is, will my son get a job anytime soon? So I've done something a bit different. I've drawn a feather. Esther, the answer to that is, this is a new thing that I'm working with. So just work with me on this one. The answer is green for money. So my answer to that will be, he is coming into that. And he's going to have a bit of luck as well getting into that. But that's the answer for you. Feathers are new for me. There you go.
Oh. Who's next?
Okay,
Kathy.
Kathy. Kathy, what I've got for you here is feeling the world. So your connection to everything around you is definitely growing, and you're feeling things. So you obviously have empathic abilities. It's also about knowing boundaries. Okay, now normally I wouldn't say that with this card, but that's what Spirit's bringing through. It's also about boundaries. So whilst you're feeling really strongly, you can't fix everything for everybody. Okay, so you need to know that there's a boundary there as well. But they're saying, well done you, because you're really feeling the interconnectedness between everything, and you're recognizing synchronicity. Please pay attention to the synchronicity, because it is messages from your guides, and they want to reassure you of that.
Kerrie, what I got for you is beauty. Now that card is about, it's about actually seeing yourself. It's about recognizing your worth. It's about standing firm and not settling for second best. This is all about that inner beauty, and it's all about confidence, and it's all about being open and asking for what you want, not just taking what you can get.
Mm-hmm.
I hope that makes sense.
Beck Russell, and I just wanted to show people, these are all my feathers, so there's quite a few I'm picking from. Beck Russell, I actually pulled out my Archangel Michael feather. The Archangel Michael feather, he was in the meditation. He was about having the shield, so knowing that you're safe and protected, and anything that you might be coming up to in the sort of the next week or couple of weeks, or in the future that you're worried about, just stand firm and trust that you're in the right place at the right time. So that's your message from Archangel Michael.
Kerrie, have you got Veronica?
I have. I've got Veronica. Just give me 2 secs. Sorry.
While you're shuffling, Marissa has asked if we can do crystals for a live. We have the Crystal Queen on here. We will have a chat to AJ about coming on and doing crystals. I've already spoken to her, but she toddled off to New Zealand to have fun. And now that cheek of her. And now that she's back, I'll actually ask her if she'll come on and do crystals.
I'm about to get in trouble. I'm sorry. Veronica. yeah. No, I can read. Veronica, for you, I've got the land between, right? So for me, what this card actually represents is allowing yourself to be in that open space, that it's okay just to sit in the silence and listen to what that silence is bringing through for you. So if you feel like you're between spaces, you're not really sure if you're going one way or another, it's okay just to sit in the land in between, because it's an uncharted sea. Right? Sorry, guys. But this is going to be a new journey for you, and you're wondering which way to go, one way or another. That's why they're saying stay in the land in between. Just allow yourself to sit in the silence. Now, an important thing with this silence that they're bringing through now is that if you feel one way and you get like this gut churning, oh, I don't know if that's right, there's resistance. Okay, that's telling you that's not the direction. When you sit in the silence and you feel okay, that's just as strong as a message as being able to hear something come through. Okay, so I just want you to know, look for the whether there's resistance or not, and it's okay to sit in between. Sorry, guys, had to do that.
AJ, am I going to be changing jobs soon? Endless possibilities. Don't get in your own way, and don't let fear stop you. Endless possibilities. Kerrie, we've already done, so because we've got so many people on here, let's just go to Isabella,
Okay.
because I did Kerrie already.
Yeah. Isabella, I got a beautiful pink feather, and this is telling me that you need to have a bit more fun in your life. It's saying to you to find the joy, and I think that is to. It's also saying to me you need to get out of your head a little bit and stop worrying about tomorrow and worrying about this and worrying about that and worrying about that, and just coming back to you and really enjoying and living the moment. And I'm just seeing you dancing with this. So put on Kylie's new song. No. Put on any song that you really love to. Have a dance. I just feel like there's a lot of joy that is about to come your way if you can be in the moment.
Mon, you're asking, can you tell me if you'll get a better mortgage deal? At the moment, it looks like there's a lot of bureaucracy around this. They're giving me smoke and mirrors, right? So there's a lot of confusion about what is going to be the right deal. They're saying have a bit of willing release on this. Hand it over because you are going to be guided to the right deal. So yes, the right deal is going to come. Don't be too confused. I think you've got people that are trying to convince you one way or another. Just go with your gut instinct, right? Because you'll be right on it. And yes, it will be a better deal for you.
Have we lost Colleen? Oh, no, we haven't.
No. Wendy.
Who's got Wendy?
That would be you, Annie. I just did the last one. You're welcome, Mon.
The power of purpose. For me, this card is about the cogs in the wheel, and it's also about timing. My gut's saying no, Wendy. It's just saying no. The timing isn't right. It just feels like you need to just keep doing what you're doing at the moment, because the wheels are turning, but they're turning slowly. Not the right time for you to do this. Sorry.
And I got red, which tells to me passion and love, and I feel like it will be there for your daughter. It's coming. It might not be straight away, but this is a definite padum heartbeat coming your way. So yes, the answer from the angel feathers is yes.
And Chrissy, a card for you tonight. Spirit has just brought through this beautiful card here. It's one of my favorites, and it's called a Grand Symphony. Right? So what they're bringing through for you is that you just have actually some incredible talents and you're extremely creative. But I also see that all coming together, and all of it is different layers of who you are, and it's all coming together, and it is going to be this beautiful symphony that's all harmonized. Now, it's also a reflection of your energy right now. You are coming into a time where your energy and your vibration is rising, and that's also going to be in a beautiful symphony as well, which means that things are just going to happen for you. The right thing's going to come in at the right time, and that's going to continue. So just remember, put your intent out there, put your angels and ask your angels to do something for you with purpose, because everything's going to fall in place. And it's like this grand symphony of all these harmonies and melodies that are all working together to move you into this beautiful new space.
Tracy, I've got 2 cards. They fell out, so it's not my fault.
I know, you can't help it. Play them in.
Not my fault. What I've got, the first card says healing the heart. I feel like at this moment, you're in a space where you're doing an awful lot of work actually on yourself. And it's this space of growth. And it's a space of moving, not past stuff, but through stuff. I also have a feeling that there's stuff that you have sat with for a long time that maybe now I feel like you're working through all of that stuff. And for you, it just feels like you're on this huge journey. And the second card that fell out is the heart, and it says, let it go. So, sometimes you just need to acknowledge stuff. And somebody said to me the other day, if I felt angry, at that, should I feel the anger? And my answer to that is, why relive that? Acknowledge that you were angry, because anger is not an emotion. Anger is the result of frustration or hurt or whatever.
Mhm.
So if you acknowledge it and acknowledge the emotion and then let it go, because I just feel that you're ready to soar. And there's all this stuff that I think you've just fought your way through. But the process is healing your heart. And don't be hard on yourself, girlfriend. You're doing an awful lot of really good stuff at the moment. And don't feel selfish either. Being selfish is about looking after yourself. And that's where I feel you are and where you need to be at the moment.
I don't. This is like, I think this is for your Kerrie.
Yeah. So, have you had an update at all, Annie?
Yes.
Lovely
Yes.
Myrtle?
Yes. And thank you, everybody, because they can't believe how quickly she's recovered. Yeah, I know. She was on the bed. She did sessions on the bed before she went for her operation. And then everybody on here, thank you, my darlings, all sent healing. So within 2 days, she was on her feet. And that's like unheard of. And now she's in, what do you call it? That torture, physiotherapy stuff.
Physio.
Where they torture you. So she's actually, she's actually in that. So she's doing really, really well. So I think
That's
a combination of the bed and the healing, because there was a whole lot of people actually, we weren't the only ones that were firing healing at her. She had no choice but to get better.
But to get better.
Lots of people.
And interestingly, I just pulled a card, so she may see this later, or we can let her know. Waking the lion. We've all better watch out, because she's going to be firing on all cylinders soon, and there's going to be no stopping her. So we've awoken the lion.
And just on Gail asking that question, I did pull a feather for Gail. So Gail got this beautiful. This is my spirit. That's got a beautiful gold tip at the end. It's my spirit feather. And when this card, I've given it a task, like Annie was saying earlier with her tarot cards. It's about having a real connection with spirit. So at the moment, spirit is around you. You're connecting with it and just really going with it and be proud of everything that you're doing. So that's the message for Gail.
Okay, so I've got Donna up on the screen, and this will be the last one because it's bedtime. Donna's card says great and full. So for me, this card is about your cups running over. It's like all of a sudden everything is going to come together for you. And that's, when people say you're lucky duck, they don't see all of the hard work that goes into making that luck happen. And that's what I feel for you. It's like you've done all of the hard yards, and now everything is coming together for you, and your cup's going to run over. And this is a really happy card. It's a really joyful card. So whatever it is that's coming for you, enjoy it, love it, embrace it. You deserve it.
And Nate, thank you for being our guest again tonight. Gee, we've been calling on you a lot lately, and it's so lovely to have you join us. You know we love you here. So I did ask the guides to pull a card, and oh dear, whammy, whammy. Can you see that? It says,
sorry, yeah.
Beyond the ordinary. Okay. So, yeah, look, this is, as you know, so many paths and so many things are being opened up to you right now, and you're really listening, and it is beyond the ordinary. So the journey that you are on right now is, thank you, limitless possibility. Okay, that's what they want to pass on to you. So there you go.
Thank you. Thank you. I love
So
it.
there you go.
I've got my feathers are out. They're all out right now. They're spread wide. Yes.
I'll fluff them for you, Nate. Fluff up your feathers.
So thank you, everyone, again for joining us this week. We'll be back again in a fortnight. Can I just ask, now, Anne, you were asking about the divination rods and Les before. I'm sure you're on our mailing list.
She is.
So can you just give me a yes, if it's okay, if we can pass your email address on to Les so we can contact you personally about the divination rods? If you just give me a yes, we'll pass that on.
Yeah, now Wendy wants some, and Ray Betts, I think, wanted some. So if we give Les all of your addresses, you can work direct. I want some too. We can work directly with Les, and that way we can cut out the middleman. Oh, yeah. Yes, you have. Give yourself a plug, girls. Kerrie and I are at Loganholme. We've got a tarot workshop.
We are so bad at this, aren't we?
Useless. Thank you, Gail. We're at Fitzy's in Loganholme on the 25th of June. And I'm doing a tarot workshop, and Kerrie and I are doing the aura photography and the sound bed healing. And we've got limited spaces. So if you want to come, book in.
Please book. And I'll tell you how tight it is. We've got limited spaces in that workshop because, you know, we like to work really personally with everyone with the secrets of the tarot. And Annie and I have 9 only appointments each in the afternoon. So whether that be for vibro, sound, tarot, or the aura photography. So we don't want to see anyone disappointed. So if you want to book in, please contact us soon about that. And yes, Karen, you're booked. Sophia got in contact with me, so that's all good. Gail, you're booked in, so that's good. Yeah. So thank you, everybody, for tonight.
And what else has happened is Amanda has just said yes to doing a crystals live. So that will be our next one.
Ooh. Awesome. We can't wait to have you on, Amanda. Ooh. Have you back with us again. You came on and we're a guest tarot reader for us. So it'll be awesome to have you back to do crystals. And next weekend, Nate is actually in Brisbane with us, running the Pelawa 1 and Pelawa 2. Guys, sorry, that course is fully booked right now. But if we get numbers, I'm sure he'll come back again and do another one. So won't you, Nate?
I will. And also, I'll just say I'll put the actual link to that meditation in the chat later too, so you can actually go to YouTube and watch it as well, because it's it's good. It's good when you can just take your go somewhere nice and immerse yourself into that. So yeah, but thank you for inviting me back again tonight. I love these sessions. It's just and and I hope you all pass too. I'll say that there's going to be some tough questions next week and quizzes next week. You may, and I'm just kidding. You're all pass.
He's been cheating.
I have not. How can I cheat?
No, Annie's been cheating.
No, I haven't. I haven't had time. Nate gave there's all this stuff that you have to draw. And Nate gave me the books when he came up to visit Kerrie the last time. So they're sitting in my space. And like I said to him, I'm going to practice, because he tears them up if you don't do it properly. And I said to him, I'm going to practice. I haven't even opened the damn things because I've been so busy. And this week, I'm even more busy. So there's no way I'm going to get to cheat. Thank you, Miss Kerrie. Let's reframe that. Practice, not cheating.
Yeah. She'll be a step ahead. Chrissy, thank you. We'd love you to come back. And yeah, definitely get more involved. Annie and I run psychic development workshops. So yeah, get involved with us with those. Those are a bit more intense than what we can do online in a short period of time. Our full workshops run for 2 hours. So yeah, get involved with those too. So just keep an eye on our Facebook pages and you'll hear about those. Yeah,
and if you're in Brisbane, it's even easier because that's where we are. So I'm at Red Bank and Kerrie's at Cornubia. I'm at Red Bank Plains. So if you're anywhere near us, just check on our websites and give either of us a call. Okay, my darlings.
Have a great fortnight, everybody. Now give me 2 seconds because I've got to switch screens and do our little outro thing. Say good night to all your friends.
Good night, everyone.
Bye-bye. Jim Boomba's not far away, Kathy, before she turns me off. We'll talk to you again. Thank you, everybody.
See you in a fortnight, everyone. Bye.